Hey guys, Nina here, welcoming you to another reading from the Ladies of Horror Picture Prompt Monthly Challenge, hosted by Elaine Pascale on her channel, The Godmother of Horror. If you'd like to read along or read previously published pieces, please visit spreadingthewritersword.com or ladiesofhorror.com. In the meanwhile, enjoy the reading.
Princess Spicebag by Lisa Harris. Ah, there she is, me Chinese Empress. Disney's reject, Princess Spicebag. Sophie looked up from her phone in pure disgust as Poxer and his scummy cronies barged through the door, the stink of hash invading the tiny Chinese takeaway. Arthur's palace was her da's business, but Arthur and her ma Shirley were away in Liverpool visiting relatives. So Sophie, 19, and her brother Sean, 22, were currently holding the fort, taking orders, slinging spring rolls, and despite being second-generation Irish-born Chinese, dealing with the occasional local ignorant twat, or three. 3 spice bags with chicken meat, not cat meat, please. Poxer dumped a grubby pile of notes and coins onto the counter, no doubt earnings from the night's drug dealings. Yous can order properly, or yous can fuck off. Sophie returned to her scrolling, long nails tapping at the screen. She wasn't taking shit from these scrope bags. She'd grown up in the same flats as them, been to school with their sisters. She was as Dublin as they were. Mongo and Fitzy, their jingling hands shoved down the front of their gray tracksuit bottoms, erupted into laughter as their leader Proxer started bowing and crying, "Ah, me so sorry, me so sorry." Disbelief burst from Sophie. "Are yous for feckin' real?" "The fuck's going on?" Sean stormed from the kitchen, slamming up the countertop. "Oh, look out, here's Jackie Chan. Crouching tiger, hidden spice bag." "Ha fucking ha," snarled Sean, taking a fighting stance. Poxer's face lit up. These racist cunts loved to scrap, but Sophie didn't fancy their chances in a proper fight. Not against Sean, who was a boxing coach at the local gym. But still, "Sean, leave it. They're not worth it." Sophie was panicking. Sean's unpredictable temper, mixed with Poxer's notoriously unhinged behavior, was a dangerous mix. This had already escalated wildly. "Just give them the spice bags and they'll go." "Outside," roared Sean, pointing to the narrow doorway, cluttered with promotional flyers and menus. But they didn't leave. With a nod from Poxer, Fitzy turned down the old heavy door lock and drew down the shabby red blinds. Sophie saw a flash of steel as the head scumbag whipped out a knife from inside his North Face jacket. Sean visibly wavered as the gang advanced, his fists loosening to open palms. Sophie's mind raced. No point calling the guards. They rarely, if ever, turned up the call-outs for the crime-riddled area. She hastily ducked and dived behind the till, knocking trays of plastic cutlery and napkins, searching for something heavy to defend them with. Anything. Oh, she found something. It was stupid, but she picked up the half-full canister and turned back to the nightmarish scene. Her brother was on his knees, upraised palms now slashed and bloody, a manic look in Poxer's eyes. "Here, lads, just want your spice bags?" Sophie bellowed, ripping the lid off the tube of Arthur's homemade secret extra spicy 5-spice bag powder and flung its contents straight into Poxer's face. It met their target, beady, druggy eyes. Poxer howled, staggered back, one stubby hand pawing at his eyes. Knife still raised, he flailed wildly at the constricted foyer, slashing blindly at the trapped Mongo and Fitzy, who fled for the door and out into the dark street. Sean launched himself onto Poxer's back, scrabbling for the waving knife. They fell to the floor, both gripping the weapon, each man crimson-faced and heaving. Poxer rolled on top of Sean. Murderous, he turned to Sophie, rabidly drooling. "You're fucking next, you chinky bitch," and gripped a wheezing Sean's neck with one hand. He finally succeeded in retrieving the knife. Something in Sophie snapped. She let out a prolonged, high-pitched scream and ran back behind the counter and ripped down the Irish flag, hung proudly on the wall by her granddad Lee in 1996 when Arthur's Palace first opened. Twisting it as she continued screaming, she swiftly, deftly wound it around Poxer's neck and strangled, strangled, strangled. The element of surprise worked strongly in her favor, as did the adrenaline-supported boost of strength. She strangled until Poxer's lifeless body collapsed onto a greatly weakened Sean, and she screamed into his dead, flabby face, "I'm not a chinky bitch! I'm a feckin' Irish bitch, you fat scanger!" Sean shoved the body off him and stared tremulously at Sophie. "Soph, Jesus Christ, what are we gonna—" Sophie stormed back to her high stool behind the counter and resumed angrily scrolling her phone, as she had been only 20 minutes before. "Just stick him in the freezer with the other racist pricks I've had to take care of this past week and get back in the kitchen. That football match will be ending soon and we're going to be hopping." A wicked smirk. "But it's not like we'll be short on meat."